This is James Helms with Elderberry Creek. We're doing something we've never done before, which is recording on location at someone's home. We're going to talk about how they got into gardening, the plants they have, maybe some things they're interested in, some concerns and comments. So we are at Linda's house today. She's nice enough to let us come here and film. But she wasn't entirely comfortable with it, so we'll keep her calm. But we're just going to start doing a walkthrough and forget this camera trick.
Right, so I do want to say that I bought this place in 2018. It was a blank slate. Everything you see that we're going to talk about, I put in the ground. I will mention a couple of things that have been here. Also need to tell you that I've never gardened. I started gardening when I bought this house in 2018.
You've done good.
Thank you. And with a lot of help. So the way I found you, I was buying anything that looked pretty. I would try to do some research. I love color, you'll see that. But I also kept hearing people talk about native plants. And I found you.
Oh.
Yeah, found elderberry. And that's what got me started. And so you'll see a lot of that. And then you'll see other things. So I don't even know the name, but I got it from you.
Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and look at it.
Okay. So you recognize this, the barren strawberries and the coral bells. And what I did was come to you, I believe it was last year, and I said, I need something that is north facing. Because, well, it's not exactly north, but mostly, because it only gets this afternoon sun.
Yeah.
And so you said, how about the coral bells and the barren strawberries?
Yeah.
And that's what happened. It's a little too organized, needs to be filled in. You'll see, I'm not real good with weeding, but I do my best. And one of the questions I had is, I got this from you, and I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah, that's Pachyra aurea. Pachyra, yeah.
Okay.
For the golden ragwort.
Uh-huh.
It's good for sun or shade. It'll take average soil to wet soil.
Okay.
Really great plant.
Well, it seems to be happy there. It's actually grown quite a bit. It's kind of over there.
I would like to point out, if you want to zoom in here, she said she wasn't a gardener till 2018, and she bought those barren strawberries. She divided them, planted them, and they've already grown quite a bit. She's got a green thumb.
Just don't ask me to do vegetables.
Okay.
That's not going to work.
Yeah.
And some of them, of course, do better than others. And the smaller ones, I've separated them quite a bit. Maybe not much, but they really do. And I love these milfoils. And I call them that. Some people call them the other name.
Cupra,
Yeah.
coral bell,
Yeah.
same thing.
And then you'll see also, I leave what people call bees did bloom out. We've got a beekeeper up here.
Yeah.
And we kind of let the stuff grow, like linseed clover, stuff like that. We try to keep that going for the bees. So
Awesome.
I'm very interested in the pollinators that you're keeping up.
So it's your neighbor here that has to do?
These are actually the first thing I ever planted here, glads. Don't ask me why. I probably found them in the grocery store and stuck them in the ground, and I just leave them there. They kind of barren strawberries, but I figured it's
What color is it? Mixed?
mixed.
Okay. They look good then.
They're all right. Now, I want to point this out. This, actually, I've got two here. I'm going to move them. I thought I'd move them, in the fall. I've got one over there. If you can see it, it does beautifully.
Yeah.
These need to go over there or in another.
Glad you pointed that out. This is citronelle. That variety burns when it gets any kind of sun on it.
And
Yeah.
it just burns up, and I feel bad for it.
Yeah.
So it is going over there, and will be much happier.
Yeah. Put in a lot of shade like you did
Yeah.
that one. It'll look great.
I have no idea what this is. I just thought it looked very cushy.
Scotch moss.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know anything about it. I just bought it because
It looks cool.
yeah. And so it's not invasive. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm horrified with invasive, although I do let the morning glory take over.
It looks pretty on the fence.
It does, and it's just getting started. This thing actually was given to me by a friend that said, hey, come over and dig them up. So I did, and it's just beautiful.
It's a pretty day.
Smells great, too.
It's got a fragrance.
It does.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't it smell good? Okay, so the next thing I did here, because you can imagine the bank is higher than what he's got there.
Yeah.
And the first thing I had to do was paint this fence. And then I realized I've got to get something on this bank, and all I could think of were to do the flocks.
Yeah.
So I bought those, and realized I needed to kind of terrace this and do another level. So that's what you see here. It took a lot of reading and trying to figure it out, because I thought railroad ties, no, just something simple. So you're going to see stuff. Now this got burned up. I bought this past weekend, but I didn't keep a good eye on it, and it got too much sun without rain.
Yeah.
But it'll be fine.
Now the blocks are these different colors?
Different.
Okay.
Predominantly pink and white with some pink centers and maybe some purples in there. It looks really pretty in the spring.
Yeah.
So you'll see a lot of annuals here, but eventually I throw them in because they grow fast. There's a lot
Yeah. You could swap them out, put perennials in over time. I love the ice plant.
I do too, and it's amazing. When I first got these, I thought, well, these are just, somebody gave them to me. They were this big, and I thought, well, they're just not going to do anything.
And they did.
And in the sun, they are magnificent. So earlier in the day, you know how they look. They're amazing.
In the evenings, they always close up.
Yes, they do. Now, this one, baby, was covered, and it will be again. That's new this year.
Yeah.
Ice plant's been here a couple. This is its it's been here for 2 years.
That's a nice coreopsis.
Isn't that nice?
The threadleaf coreopsis.
And what should I do with it? Is there anything special?
Just in the winter time when it goes dormant, just cut it off.
Okay.
That's all you gotta do.
Great. Now, what are these?
Lantana.
Lantana, that's right. Lantana. I'll be so glad to refer to this video so that I can remember these things. And your viewers will say, gosh, you never weeds. But I've noticed it's showing some signs of wear. I don't know if it's because it just gets tired after a couple of years, or if I just need to cut it back. I've been trying to cut some of this back because it gets
Could have gotten too wet, and
gotcha.
being on the sidewalk, dogs could be doing something on
Well,
that.
I try to keep an eye on that,
Could
but
be.
it can happen.
Yep. Speaking of,
I had a 8-year-old boy come by here and say, where did you get your lavender?
that's beautiful.
Is that not beautiful?
Do you know the variety of that?
I have no idea, but I can tell you, I mean, what the bees do, the bumblebees, is they wake up in the morning and they get all day long. I've got another one in the back, and I just love to watch them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Most people don't have luck with lavender, so you're doing really good.
It doesn't like to be watered.
Yeah.
I finally learned that because I had some die, and someone told me they don't like their feet wet, and I thought, well, what does that mean? And here,
Yeah, they're on that slope, so it drains
yeah,
well.
I've got little mix of, I guess that's sedum leaves.
Yep, the
blooming
gold
out.
sedum.
You know, it does all right, even though the lavender
The
kind
lavender
of takes over.
smells amazing.
Doesn't it smell good?
If
And
you
it-
have luck with that one, you should tuck more in around here.
Well, I agree. I agree. Yes. Now, what is the name of this? It had bloomed out, and now I guess I need to deadhead that. I
Yeah.
don't even
You
remember.
could cut those off. It might help it rebloom more. It's a blanket flower.
Blanket
Yeah,
flower.
they're kind of orange with red circles in them. I love the Megan Bell.
Is
Or-
that what it is? I don't even know. It was just so pretty. I had to have it.
That's pretty. It could be one they've crossed the Megan Bells with petunias.
Well,
They come up with those little dwarf petunias.
Gotcha.
That's good.
Thank you.
It's done really well.
Thank you. Here's another thing. I have no idea what it is, but it looks like it's starting to take off.
Yep, that's a verbena.
Verbena.
Yep.
Okay.
That one's Homestead Purple.
Okay.
Really good. It's actually a native plant. It's a variety of it.
Great.
Does good on that dry
I must
snow.
have gotten it from you.
I don't remember having them this year.
Oh, okay. Well, who
but
knows?
very pretty though.
Here's the thing. If it's purple, I'll buy it.
Someone today loved purple, so
I love purple, but you know, any color really.
Yeah.
But let's see. So, look here. Nick,
This
can
is
you
a
get a
good
close up of that?
really good native plant.
Isn't that wonderful? I need more of those.
This is called Agastache.
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 Okay,
Um,
someone else gave me a different name. They'll come back.
There's a bunch of names. Hyssop.
Oh yes, okay.
Butterflies love it. Bees love it. It is
Yeah.
native, but much further north.
Right.
Perennial. It'll seed back. You'll get little babies around it, but
Good.
can't beat it for bees. They love it. And the leaves smell good. That's a nice smell, man.
Yeah, that does smell good. That's very interesting. Can you tell me what this is?
That is Scabiosa, or pincushion flower.
Okay.
It's another good one for slopes like this.
Uh-huh.
So you've done a good job
It
picking
was
out
just
plants
blind luck.
for here. Now, were there things you put in here you didn't have luck with?
Well, let's just, I'm proud of this.
Yeah.
Now, it's not in the best spot,
Mhm.
but it's not bad. It's actually, I want more of these, but
Yeah.
you're going to have to help me
It's a bee
figure
balm.
that out. Yes, the bee balm.
Pretty ones. Butterflies, hummingbirds. Hummingbirds love them. They go
Yeah,
crazy
I
for those.
want a lot of them up at the top, so we'll get into that because I'm going to need your help. So what didn't do well?
Yeah.
You can see right here. This needs to come out.
Foam flowers.
Yes, that just is not happy here.
I would probably move that where you're wanting to move that heuchera in the
Okay,
shade where it's
great.
not as sloped.
Perfect.
Plus, it looks like this is east, so it's
That is
getting
east.
sun a lot of the day.
Yeah.
I
Well,
would
it doesn't,
till it when it clears that tree.
but it does early morning.
Yeah.
But one thing's for sure, you can look at it and tell it's not working.
Yeah, I'd put it in shade and not on the slope,
Uh-huh.
and it should do much better.
And I'm not sure that this is really thriving, but I don't, you know, it's just not full of blooms, but I don't know what to expect because again, I'm buying things.
Yeah.
The green apparently is okay.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
another verbena. It might have spider mites
Okay,
When that
that
foliage-
explains that.
How do you know it's got spider mites?
when
See
that
the-
foliage turns
See
colors like
that?
that.
It doesn't look, because the new ones don't have it, so yeah.
And they're really prone to get spider mites.
Gotcha. I might just jump that. This needs to come out. That's not a good spot for that. People keep giving me these hostas. That's a mouse ear.
Mouse ears, yeah.
And mouse ear does not like it there.
The ones that don't seem to be doing well are the shade. So it's probably sunnier here than
It's
that they would
here.
care for.
Mm-hmm.
because there's another foam flower here.
Yeah.
Doesn't look as good. So yeah, you may want to move the more
I'm
shady
gonna move
stuff.
them. I am. I just didn't want to traumatize them because our weather's been so hot and dry.
Now this hydrangea here,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Now this, when I moved the house, the tree kind of got away from me. I had all these trees pruned when I moved in, but I've got to get busy and get these done again.
Okay.
But this is going to be a real beauty.
Yeah, and that's one of them that came with the house.
Yes, it did. Here you have, I had a friend, hey, come get some of this. And so I went over and I dug up some Solomon seal several years ago, and
Yep.
these were the bonus.
They came with it?
They came with it, and so did some May apples. They die back, but they came all together, and I keep them together because they seem to be happy. This stuff is.
That's beautiful. That's southern maidenhair, and you gotta love those black stems.
I do.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. I really do love that patch, and it just. I don't try to fix it. It's not broken.
Now you don't baby those?
Well, I water them.
Yeah. Some people
I-
say they're difficult to grow, but
No, I keep them watered because it is fern.
yeah.
And that much I do know about ferns. And I just protect it because to me this is part of what I grew up with.
Yeah.
And so I
Reminds you of
know a
home.
little more. Yeah, I know a little bit more.
That's a nice look too. The black stems and the fern leaves
Isn't
against
that
that
great?
white variegation and the broadleaf.
I really like the groupings like that, and I would like to do more of that, and that's where you're going to help me a lot up at the top. You'll see what I'm talking about. I just got this from elderberry, and it's perfect.
Pretty stillby.
What's going on here is our tulips, and I don't know exactly what to do with the space when they're gone. But I was just so happy to figure out this is perfect, but I've got more to do here, as you can see. I've got a lot more to do to fill this in the way I want it. And it's awkward because you can see shade and sun, and it's pretty much this way all day.
One trick some people do with daylilies or other bulbs is plant them with, tulips and daffodils and other bulbs, plant them with daylilies.
Okay.
They're coming up as they're dying back,
Okay.
so you get a real long bloom season out of it. And there's a lot of new daylilies. Really.
Well, that sounds good. I've also got some flowers over here that will never bloom that need to be transplanted, and I'll ask you about that when we get over here. I just found out what they are.
Yeah.
I got these from you. I got them when they were small and green, and I had no idea, but you said purple, and I said I want those, and you can see the bees love them.
It's new for us. Nicholas picked them out, raised them from seeds. That's a prunella called Bella Blue.
Oh, I'm so glad to know you raised it from seeds.
Raised them from seeds. They flowered the first year from seeds
I
too.
have another one over there. It blooms some, but it likes it better over here. These are very happy over here.
They keep blooming too.
Yes, they do. And they've grown so much. They were really in small pots like that when I got
Yeah,
them.
I think they were in 4-inch pots.
Uh-huh.
It's supposed to make a good ground cover, and it looks like it's doing it.
I want it to do its thing for sure. Now this, you never guessed what color this was when I bought it. It wasn't purple, it was a bright blue, because I love blue, and I don't even know what it is, but I like it, and I believe it's a perennial.
It's columbine.
Okay, well this is columbine too, right?
Yeah, you could take those seed heads, shake them around, and you'll get
Uh-huh.
little, well, you already have little baby columbines coming
Well,
up.
and I was thinking they're not quite dry yet.
Yeah, when
That's
they dry
why I
out,
keep
yeah, just
leaving
shake
it.
them
Okay.
around.
I've been leaving it there, hoping they'd dry out, and then Johnny Appleseed here.
Thing about columbines, they're very naughty. So if you plant 2 varieties, the babies never come through. So
Aw.
if you like one color, stick with it.
Okay. Well, I love that color. Yeah. Okay, great.
We will point out that's a black pearl redbud she bought from us. Got a little bit of leaf spotting, but this is its first year in the ground, and it has been really hot, really humid. It's telling her a lot of the leaf spotting on trees, it's not detrimental, it's just cosmetic. They end up dropping the leaves anyway, and it'll flush out with new growth next year.
I'm so relieved to know that.
Yeah. Different than forest pansy, which is a purple leaf that's been out for a while, because this one holds that dark color longer into the summertime.
Look here, so you recognize this.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, now this, what is its name?
That's nine bark.
Nine bark, that's it.
Yes. This
Um,
variety is called summer wine.
Yes, summer wine nine bark. So when I got it, it was blooming because it does that in the spring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read that, and now it's doing this. Is this good?
Oh, it looks healthy.
I think
But
it
you've
looks
done a great job watering too.
Thank you.
These make good cut stems if you do flower arrangement.
I don't.
Yeah, if you did.
Every now and
good.
then. So it's okay to cut them.
Yeah, feel free to cut them back. It won't
Should
hurt
I
them.
cut it back? Or-
I'd probably just let it grow.
I kind of like everything looking wild.
Yeah, let it grow right fence.
Yeah, I'd like for it to do that.
I do want to point out this one here, lungwort. Beautiful plant, and usually silver fuzzy leaf plant take the shade. Lungwort's one that loves it. There's several varieties.
Oh, good.
If you live somewhere that have deer, deer proof.
Oh, you'll see several here. They were given to me by a woman that lived in Bedford, Virginia. And
So pretty.
they'd come along. They were kind of, it took them a while, but I think they're going to. Doesn't that look good? So much better.
That's that same citronelle outside the fence in a lot more shade that hasn't burnt.
It's so happy here. Yeah,
That
see,
really brightens it up out
I
here,
love
too.
it. This is one of my favorite greens. I'm wild about that lime green.
Mhm.
And so, well, you'll see. Now, this is my largest one. I don't know what makes it so happy here. Not that the others are unhappy.
Doing well.
Yep.
And then the hellebore, what color is that one?
I believe that one's pink. It was just given to me. So here's.
While we're at it, we're
Yeah.
going to identify a plant right
Oh,
here. You know what it
good.
is. Poison ivy.
Hey.
Some people allergic to it don't know exactly what it looks like. Nicholas is touching it. He's not allergic either.
How
So
do y'all manage that?
just not allergic.
Right.
And see, you're growing something I don't have luck with.
Okay. This, you're talking about this thing?
That one there, yeah.
All right, I'm going to tell you. Now, I've got too much crowding in here. That hosta's got to go. Because this and its friends over here, the bloom on these things are magnificent. They're lime green. And they bloom in the winter, in the, like, early or
Dead of winter.
late winter. And that's the thing that gets me through the winter. I
Okay.
look out my window or come out here, and they're just lime green blooms
When
everywhere.
it's cold as all get out. This
Yeah.
is a hellebore also. They call them fetid hellebores or stinking hellebores.
So-
And I love that palm-shaped leaf. Beautiful. Dark green leaves. I can't grow it. I kill them every single time.
It's got to, we've got to have some things changed here, as you can
Yeah, if
see.
you've never had bleeding hearts before, these tall ones, is this one white or pink?
Pink.
They go summer dormant, so this time of the year they do get yellow and start to die back. So that's nothing to worry about.
I don't remember the name of this, but it blooms purple. It came from Bedford, Virginia. And the first year that I had it, I planted it in sun and it fried.
Mm.
but it's doing better
Yeah.
now.
There's another one over there.
Uh-huh.
These are perennial geraniums.
Oh,
Not to be
geranium.
confused with those red geraniums everybody puts in
Right,
pots.
okay.
These are great perennials for shade. A lot of them spread and make real pretty ground cover.
All right, this thing came with the house, and I love it. It's been hard on it this year. It probably needs some. You're not really supposed to prune these unless they're falling on the ground, is what I've heard. But I don't know if that's true.
I'll prune them lightly
Okay,
because I like that killing bark.
I do too.
You get multi-season. This is oak leaf hydrangeas, by the way. Call it that because the leaves look similar to oaks.
It's
But-
just beautiful.
Burgundy fall color,
Mm-hmm.
spring flowers. They fade to that tawny brown that looks pretty in the winter if you want to leave those on. And when they drop all the leaves, you get that peeling bark.
Now this should look really familiar to you.
Yeah.
And I think it's really happy here. It got in the ground, what, less than a week ago?
Probably, yeah.
And it's going to be perfect here. It's going to get to be, what, about 6
About
feet
6 feet.
tall, 4
Um,
feet?
That's a gold leaf smoke bush. That one's called Winecraft Gold. But yeah, look, it's your favorite.
It's
one of your
one
colors.
of my favorite colors.
That-
And it's just beautiful, and I think it's going to add a lot. And I don't think the oak leaf hydrangea will be upset.
Have you seen the blooms on these? They call them smoke bush because the blooms look like smoke. You can't see individual
Ooh.
flowers, and it seriously looks like smoke. And on this, it's almost like a lime-colored smoke, and on the purple, it's a purplish color.
Wow.
Beautiful plant.
Wonderful. These came with the house, and I love them. Yes, look at that. Got
Elephant
several
ear.
pods coming up. Here's another one. And a friend of mine, Kathy, whom
Mhm.
you've met, she likes to take the leaves and make impressions. And
Okay.
and also there's another, she uses concrete.
Yeah.
But there's another artist in Winston-Salem, Emily Claire. I don't know if you know her. She does amazing work. She took these and pressed them with an ink, using an ink press method
On canvas?
on
Awesome.
paper, and
On
made it
paper.
look really beautiful.
So you'll get those veins
yes,
on it.
yes, it's really beautiful.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not your normal elephant ear either.
It isn't what.
Well, usually it faces this way.
Oh,
This one's facing.
well, it
Upward.
just does what it wants to do.
Love it. And the bloom, you rarely see them bloom.
I never do anything with this guy. I just let it do its thing. I
Very
have
good.
thrown a little water on him because I felt so sorry for him, and then of course this one got painted.
Well, they're in a protected spot, so.
Okay, let's.
She's moving right along.
I love this. This is one of my favorites.
Yes.
And the bees just, what they do is they just go to sleep on it. I've got two sleeping on it now. They will only move when I come out to water.
That is tall phlox called Gina. Someone discovered it in a field of tall phlox, and it had smaller flowers than the species, but all the butterflies and bees were going to it, so they selected it. Called Gina.
Right?
It looks good against the house color.
It does.
Like
And that was just sheer luck.
It's beautiful.
I get a lot of things and I'll think, well, I've got a place here, I'll stick it in the ground. Well, how perfect is
That
that?
looks great.
Um,
Kind of a cottage thing you're going for.
I'm going for a cottage thing. What's happening here is that I'm having gravel put in, so that I kind of got that idea from Renolda Gardens,
Mhm.
where you've got that small crushed
Yeah.
rock, and because I don't want wood and I don't want cement, because I can still stick plants.
Yeah, you could plant all between it.
Yeah, I want to plant all between it.
Some thyme or something.
Yes,
Pretty.
I've got a little thyme on my mind.
I'm on your hand.
Yeah, to do that. So that's what will happen here. And I'll get you a picture.
Yeah,
I'll
I'd
invite
love
you
to
because
see during pictures.
I'll invite you over once the chairs, the gravel, the chairs, and the umbrella are up.
I'll try not
About
to
that.
pass the house this time.
You won't.
Love the choreography.
Isn't it amazing?
That's moonbeams.
It
Pretty
is
light
so
yellow.
happy, but I'm not sure that it's. I see tiny little, we call them sweat beads,
Mhm.
but I don't see, a bumblebee on it.
There's one over there. There's a lot of tiny bees like that one.
Yes, there we go. There's
But,
a tiny bee.
They don't really hurt anything.
No, I'm happy with whatever wants to get on it, as long as it doesn't hurt it. See, the little ones like it.
You'll notice too as you start planting a bigger variety of flowering stuff and some native flowering stuff, you'll get all kinds of bees. And a lot of our native bees are solitary. You don't have to worry about a swarm like yellow jacket.
Right.
And most of them have no stingers, so you don't have to worry
I
about
like
getting
that. Every now and then I'll find a yellow jacket on one of my flowers and I'll go, okay. I don't know what this is. Obviously I bought it because it's purple.
It's another drain.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it gets all leggy and it has these yellow, and then this big thing came up this year and it's not,
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't even know it was the
Best
same
thing
thing.
to do is grab all of that, cut all of that,
Oh,
and then
okay.
that'll look pretty, and you'll get new flowers that come
So
up.
just
Just
cut
trim
all
all of
this and this right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you'll
gotcha.
have all that pretty new growth in the
Wonderful.
middle.
I'm so glad to know that.
Hard to beat those native geraniums. I mean the hardy geraniums. They're beautiful.
Yes.
That's a good plant.
Yes, it is. Good to
Love
eat.
that. Basil.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is the Tulsi or the holy basil?
You're asking me.
This is Tulsi.
You're asking.
Pretty sure it's Tulsi.
I'm going
Smells
to tell you
good.
what they are. They were a gift.
They were good. Yeah. Smells
Now this lavender almost died because I kept watering it last year.
good. Yeah.
And then I found out not to do that, and look at it now.
Got too wet.
And the bees, they just, every day, it's their job. They come out, they do their thing.
I feel like they must have worked some on the soil because usually they hate the heavy clay soil.
I put down soil.
Oh, so you've amended
okay,
it?
this is, let me tell you what happened. I brought in bags of dirt and I planted a vegetable garden
Right through here.
in this square, herbs and vegetables, but I decided I wanted lavender and, basil and that kind of thing, sage, this, it needs work.
Nice little herb garden.
So, I don't do well with bugs eating vegetables, and
Yeah.
I just said never again,
Mhm.
not gonna do it, not spraying, not coming out and picking worms off anything, don't need to, and so the dirt is still there.
Okay.
Long story,
So
the
it's good
dirt
soil.
is still there. New
And
soil.
the veggies are cheap in the store. So.
That, farmers markets are great, and I tease my friends about it.
Yeah, by the time you grow a tomato, you got like a $10 tomato.
That's right. Now here's some time, and you can see there's a lot of weeding that needs to be done here. These things,
Yeah. Bane of the exhibit.
yes.
It's a cute little town.
Isn't that cute? And it's doing well in spite of all the neglect and weeding. It doesn't seem to mind. And then there's this.
That'd be pretty when you get that gravel.
Won't
you
that?
get that
Yes,
That's
and that's
it.
why it's stuck right there.
Little random blue fescue grass.
Yeah, Kathy gave me that and said, well, maybe you can find a place. And I thought, well, there's one mound here, why
Yeah.
not there?
That'd be pretty with the gravel. Are you gonna do like brown gravel, pea gravel?
Yeah, just that little crushed gravel,
Yeah.
whatever that is.
That'll really stick.
I think it'll look pretty.
Huh?
Yeah, this is just a little something fun, but I noticed that the bumblebees love this lipstick plant.
Yeah, that's Salvia hot lips. Or
Hot
maybe stick
lips.
plant. Yeah,
Hot
there's
lips.
the hot lip.
And it needs to be cut back. I come out every now and then with these and snip, and then of course I get more blooms, but haven't done it lately.
Has this been staying in this pot? Been wintering over?
Not wintered over. I just got this maybe a couple of months ago,
Okay.
but I need to put it in the ground.
Yeah. Not
And
sure about in the pot. In the ground they come back.
You're not sure they'll come back in the
Well, in the
ground?
pot I'm not sure.
No,
if it'll be as
I don't.
winter hardy.
The pot is cute,
Yeah.
but I want them in the ground.
And they're kind of like a shrub because it doesn't die to the ground. They'll leaf back out along those
Oh,
stems.
nice. I didn't know that.
Real pretty plant.
Great. Yeah, I just got it because I thought, man, is that cool?
That is.
But I don't, I have some potted plants that come in the house. Obviously, this won't because it is a perennial.
Like that close.
Isn't that pretty?
Wow.
And they all love sun. And look at these big snapdragons. Okay.
It's a pretty mix. If it'll do it, we'll show everybody why.
Oh.
it's Snapdragon. Oh, that one stopped doing it.
What is this?
That is Santolina or lavender cotton.
Okay, someone said it might be a lavender.
Mhm. They call them
So-
lavender cotton because
Uh-huh.
they look kind of like lavender.
And I don't know what it'll do, but I stuck it there.
Full sun, average to dry soil, gets little yellow flowers on it.
Okay.
And this plant here,
What is that?
that is rue, R-U-E. It's really good as a food source. Butterflies will eat on those.
Oh,
The
good.
caterpillars will.
Good.
So if you start seeing it eating, it's doing its job.
Good. So, will it get larger?
It'll get bigger, and I love that blue, kind of
I
blue
do
tint to the
too.
foliage.
I thought it was really neat looking foliage.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
and,
plant.
Just pretty, and that's why I got it and had no idea what it is. And this thing, don't I need to just take this all the way down and start over?
I'd at least cut the dead out, clean it up.
Yep,
Um,
yep.
maybe in the spring cut it back,
Okay.
so it has time to fill back out.
Okay, okay.
It's a nice
I do
rosemary,
use
though.
it. I like to put it on some of my dishes.
Love the smell.
I do too. You're into the smells too.
Yeah.
Bane of my existence.
The tree of heaven.
Yeah, tree of
Don't
hell.
know why it's called that. Stinks.
Don't ever let anyone tell you that you need one of these.
No.
Because when you cut them down, I talked Doc into cutting one down over there. I said, you know that's trash tree. Because he had a tree. So he took it down, but I knew this was going to happen.
Yeah. Bad.
Bad,
Throw it
very
out there.
bad.
Very bad tree.
Very
tree.
bad.
You're hardy ginger.
Yes, and I'm waiting patiently for the blooms because I love the smell.
It's a white ginger.
Yes.
These bloom for me, I'm sure it will here too. October,
Mm-hmm.
late summer, fall, just before it frosts. So
Yeah.
it barely gets that bloom in time.
It does.
That is one of the best smelling plants.
It's such a great smell. It almost is like a gardenia, but not as strong.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is the first Avilia I bought from you, and
Yeah.
my plan was to put a row all along here, but you see I've had to have a home for a lot of these plants.
And we
then-
kept selling out of them too.
What exactly? Because
That's an Abelia called Radiance. Love that variegation.
I love that, and so do all the creatures. It's just beautiful.
Bees love them.